Hello everyone and welcome back to Malts and Meatballs. This is a weird setup. I'm figuring out everything because I now have two cameras going plus webcam. So there's a whole lot going on in this room and not a ton of space. I don't love the lighting. I don't love a number of things right now, but I'm going to be figuring that out as we go. I'm your host, Petter. And today we're going to be getting back to Isofarian Guard. This is the campaign that I was playing prior to going to Gen Con. And yeah, I did kind of my Gen Con recap stuff. So now it's time to get back to this game. I have a margarita. That is good. All right, we are on to chapter 2. Sorry, I was trying to catch up to make sure I know where we are. It was like, I don't remember listening to this, but that's because I already had. I had read it out loud. And we are told to proceed. Okay. Let's go back here. Alright, that's right. We have a new card for Alec. And let's get down to the table here. Catching up on where I was. That's the new camera. That's the old camera. Not bad. Either case. Alright. We have our character stuff here. Let's get back to the new camera and start our travels. So we are at location 63 here. I'm going to have to look up a few things as we go. We're going to go to 68. And then I'm going to have a choice of where to head after here. Like, oddly enough, I could head up around, then down. Now I do have to go through the town no matter what. So I'm not gonna. 68 is a yellow location. Oh, that's reference guide. I don't think it's gonna give me it here. I think yellow just means that I'm drawing a chip. And, yep, looks like I'm going to have to be checking that out in the main rules real quick here as we get going. So there's orange nodes, red nodes, blue nodes, green nodes, yellow nodes. Primary given node. Ow. pulled out the triple skull. So that will be our setting up our first combat here. Tenebrous Strider. Come on, buddy. Which I'm pretty sure it's not this Brigand Marauder we fought last time. We'll get our events ready here. This Brigand Marauder back in there. And then Tenebrous Strider. Only have to face one of them, thankfully. It is a 2-star encounter, though. So let me bring you over then to, I believe it's this one. Let's see how well I remember. Is it everything? We'll shuffle up. Forgot one card from the Brigand Marauder. Starts with 3 cubes. That's unfortunate. 16 health. 2 defense. And 3 attack. Before I forget, let me just get that slotted away. And let's see what we have here. A wolf pelt, we have a couple heals, not so great attack. Have to remember whose bag is whose. That has to be Gregory's. Gregory's bag. Alex's bag. Let's switch cameras again. We're going to start here with Alec. And he has 2 action cubes, so we'll draw 2 chips, one at a time. These are to be used. Purple chips. So that would heal him. Not super great because I don't need to be healed. So I want to double check the different chip types here. In combat, I think purple sticks with you. Yes, that sticks with him permanently. And because it's purple, I get to draw again. So, let's see what we have over here. And Question why I accidentally clicked off that one. So Alec is going to do reinforcement. Attack an enemy +1. That becomes 3. So knocks it down. That was from his ability down here in the bottom corner. Then Then we're going to use the shield down here. Trigger the Empower effect on one card. We're going to use that golden potion. And I have one more. And we're going to add a sword and a shield to Alec's bag. That flips, as does his combine. Then it is Grigory's turn. Two. Oh, 3. 3 because of this guy now. That immediately would end the drawing. Actually, I need to check that one out. That one might be bad. Oh, not as bad as I thought. Good. So, let's see. That one leaves the bag. Going back. It's nice. We have these two. Active, I'll gain +1 defense. There's that chip. Figure out where all these chips are again. It's +1 attack. +1 defense. It isn't actually a chip that gets added though. And then I add a shield to Gregory's bag. Now over here with feint, I'm going to give the enemy -1 defense. So it's down to 1 defense right now. And then I chained. So I'm attacking for 3 against 1. It's 2 damage. And then I will use this one, attacking for 4 against 1. That's 3 damage. Just set this aside for right now. And that is going to be Gregory's turn. Just have to remember I have +1 defense now. So hopping up to the bad guy. You know what? That is not the one I wanted to grab. I have to adjust slightly. We're going to get this decently centered for you. There we go. So, now we flip for the bad guy. Lowest defense followed by aggro, so they're going to go after Alec, unfortunately. If Tenebra's Strider has a symbol, it does not. So it's going to spend 2 on the Horned Ram, attacking for 5. Against his 1 defense, that's 4 damage. Ow. And then it will sprint and draw another card. However, can't do that ability or that ability because it requires cubes. So now, get it go again. Let's have Alec go first here. We empty out the bag. Woohoo! So we have 3 swords. It's now back up to 2 defense though. We're on the cooldown for that ability, so we'll spend. This is the part that I need to start to remember better. So we spent 1 to get that. Spend 1 to add basically a heal, temporary heal. I need to get my knife. I wonder if I just don't remember for sure if they're supposed to have the purple heals or the temporary heals in there. It seems like probably the temporary heals. So those purple ones. So I'm going to pull the purple ones out just because that seems pretty unlikely that I would have been supposed to have so many purple heals already. We'll treat Gregory's as purple when they come out. If one other P or S is active, so yep. So I can spend that. I'm not going to use that chip. So that one just goes away. To attack for +2. So we're doing 4 damage against 2 defense. 1, 2, down there. Now then the sword goes away. These guys come off. Those guys flip. His special ability refreshes. And we are good with Alec. The blade flips. Oh. We have some nice stuff coming for Gregory here. Well, coming eventually. We have a shield, a sword, and a sword. So I can't do cross slash, that's on cooldown. Don't have 2 shields, can't gain +2 defense. So I'll spend 1 here, because that's going to deal 3 damage, which becomes 1 damage. And then that there, add a sword. And then I'll spend the last 2 to activate preparation. Okay. Yep. which is chained, which gives me 2 bonuses to my hit into the bag. So Gregory is potentially set up to have a pretty solid turn. Fortunately, now it's the enemy's turn. So I need to first do flip Gregory's. Enemy's turn. Choose all enemies to slow time. Add 2 crazy symbols. Up arrow. Red upkeep. Added from the guard or enemy abilities. When drawn or placed, target abilities cost +1 AP until end of round. Ouch. So there are 2 of those in the deck. Fortunately, they're red. So green is generally good things you can add to your bag. Red, bad things to add to your bag. So both of them get 2 of those. And then it says draw a card. Highest defense, tail lash, so it's going to hit for 5, but defense is at 2, so I take 3. And that finishes that off, so it can't activate that one or that. We move up there and reset. Now I have a choice of who to activate. I'm going to start with Gregory. No, I'm not going to start with Gregory. I'm going to start with Alec, who's going to pull heal 1, increase by 1 AP, reset his bag. I still haven't drawn his 3 yet, so we're going to just draw 3 out. I know there's nothing negative left in there. Because now, even if I do say this does cost 3, that is fine. Because I'm going to play this one down here. Because now I can activate free of charge. That cost all 3. This one. Remove 1 negative chip from Alec's bag and an ally's bag. Well, Alec already got both of his out. That was costly to do that for sure. But now I can remove 1 of my choice. And remove 1 of the increased costs. Hopefully now I'll be able to get 2 things done time. And then for Alec, should have actually 1 more health because the reinforcement gave him an additional defense down here. He's going to attack 1 enemy for a total of 3. Enemy's defense is 2. There we go. Now Gregory, drawing 3, huh? 1. It's a green one. So, purple one. Heal 1. Remember, we're counting those as greens. +1 attack. So I've drawn 1. Costs increase. -1. Those guys cancel each other out. I'm just going to slide them out of the way. Thanks a lot, previous battle. Still at 1. I'm going to drop both of them down once because their bag's refreshed. So we're just going to spend 3. Well, first, we're going to activate Cross Slash, which does 4 damage, 2 defense. Then you're going to spend all 3 and the double sword here. Attack 1 enemy for +2, so 5. But I have this, which makes it a 6. And then 6, he's at 4. We take him out. That felt easy. That was a very efficient battle. Reset the bags. Bags actually aren't in rough shape right now. Reset abilities. So anything that's on the S side, let's flip back over. Bag's looking good. And then we get our reward here. 8 Lux. That's nice. We're at 14. And then materials of Isofar. Enemy drop, I would assume. It says spines. Okay. This will take me a second as I go through this and alphabetize. Not the most exciting thing to watch, granted. I'm going to be annoyed if it's not actually in here. But I would assume that it would be. There we go. We have spines. We'll give that to Alec to hold. Then I'm going to finish this up just because I'm most of the way done. Looking at the horrible things. I don't know why they didn't alphabetize these for you. Like, that's an annoyance that it's not a big deal. I should have been talking about, as I was at Gen Con, actually, I spoke to Sky Kingdom Games, I believe it is. And they have 1.5 version coming to crowdfunding fairly soon. And it does sound like they're going to do an upgrade pack, which is basically going to send you all new books. Like, they've cleaned up the writing, potential issues that might have been there, cleaned up the story, tightened it up, whatever it might be. So I think it's primarily the books that are getting updated, but I'll have to check that out. It's one of those things where, like, I did it for Gloomhaven 2. I got the Gloomhaven 2.0 upgrade for my Gloomhaven because I don't care about upgrading or getting everything again. But to do the upgrade pack made sense. So I'll probably do that with this as well. But if this game looks fun, that's just going to be a spot to jump in. Let me clean up the bad guy here. Honestly, I thought he was going to be worse. It was just an ideal setup for Gregory. There, Alec immediately pumps up his draw. get 3, you can really start to cycle fast. Granted, an enemy that starts to fill up the bag as well would start to cause some issues with that. Let's get back over to the board here, because I have a choice of how to go. I could go into this town, then around and down. So, with 69, let's find Arabia. We're entering Ribia at the Salt Gate. We'll mark our location here. So now I have to remember how in-town works, because when we did this previously, I'll check the time too. When we did this previously, it was already kind of set up, expected story to hit. Let's see, that was an orange node. Orange nodes, minimap. Oh, you can enter the minimap or you can just pass through. I don't want to stop in here right now. Oop. There are some things like the market, but right now our goal is to get down here to Fort Istra. So I'm just going to continue down through here and then move out to 87, which will have us drawing from our enemy bag. We got a 3 difficulty. Again, this time we're on 87. Accidentally on the right page for that. This might seem similar what we're doing, because it is. Still a level 2 difficulty, Tenebrous Strider. We saw how this went last time, but the enemy is going to behave differently this time because the deck of cards for that shuffled up differently. So let's go back over to our combat. We will start with Alec. Two. Shockingly, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a cube, use that power to immediately give Gregory a green cube. Then I will attack for +1, remembering I have +1 defense now. So I'm attacking for 3 against 2 armor, that's 1 damage. Then I'm going to put this here, get Alec a heart to his bag. Those 2 are done. We flip them. We'll slide those back up. Captain Gregory. 1. sword, 2, sword, 3, sword. Ah, escaping, double sword. So, 3 swords. First off, we'll attack the enemy. Nope. First off, we'll go there, adding a sword to Gregory's bag. Then we'll go here, giving the enemy -1 defense. Which I marked up there. And attacking at +0. So attack for 3, 1 defense, 2 damage. Then I'll attack all enemies for 4. And finally, here we go. My only real option is to come up here and attack base 3 for additional 2 damage. So I actually got out more damage that time. We'll go over to our enemy board here. This is still there until the end of their turn. Highest defense. Shame I couldn't have pumped up my defense this time, but... So first it's going to attack with the tail lash with +2, so at 5 against my 2 defense. Then it is going to do impaling spikes, which adds 2 negative defense chips to my bag, and attacks for 4. And then it's going to draw an additional card. Does nothing on that card. I'm going to draw 2. Third one out of the bag, because one of them is a heart. So I heal back up. And then I have this combo to gain a green cube. And I'll attack both. I'll attack the enemy with a +2 attack, so 4 against the enemy's 2 defense, down 2 health there. I'd like to be able to activate Alec one more time, but that might be tricky depending on what Gregory draws. Because with Gregory, I really would like to get as close to finishing this guy off as possible. 1, doesn't count. 2, 3. Gregory's defense is 1 currently. It's 0 currently. So 2 shields, 2 swords, and -2 defense. -2 defense sucks. Let's see. Actually, the roughest part okay, now I'll do this. So critical strike, attack one enemy for +2, so that becomes a 5. Enemy has 2 defense, so 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Ow. So the rough part now is I don't have anything else to attack with. I get +1 defense while that's active, and I get to add 2 defensive chips to Gregory's bag. I've been just fine with 1 defensive chip there. Oh, yeah. I would have done that the other way around. I just realized the chain ability there. The chain ability is draw 2 chips from Gregory's bag. This does not have the same rules of the other one. So I cleared everything out, but I get to attack base 3 against to defense, so we'll see what happens here. 1 more turn for sure. Do the trick. But now the enemy goes. Choose self. Spending 2. It gains I honestly don't know. Wings. Wings, I'm assuming wings are wings. When active, the next attack performed against the target misses. So it's going to take 2 attacks to get through it, which is a little bit rough. A little bit rough for sure. It's interesting, right now, I don't think we're actually going to get any story here. So we'll move that, put that over there. Give him his wings. That's a nice ability. He draws a card, targeting himself. Can't do anything. And that ends his turn. Tenebris Strider, I'm glad that doesn't work. So, Alex drawing 3. I'm going to start here. Start here. Spending 1 to trigger an Empower. Move a negative chip bag from Alex. And oh no, there's no need for that. Ooh, there's no need to empower anything, actually. Actually, I can do this to put 2 poison on him. And then I can activate that with the Empower to deal 3 damage to our Tenebris Strider, because that's not an attack. Those effects just happen. Which means Alec handily killed off that last guy. We gain another 8 Lux. In spines again. So 8 Lux puts us at 22. And spines. There we go. It's like there's one more thing I need to get. Some more spines. Enemy drops. It's in alphabetical order now. So all I need to do is go to S. Oh. all I need to do is flip that. Go and see that, what I just did. I'll demonstrate again. This is the one spine side. We can just bump it up to 2 without having to grab out another one. It's quite nice, actually. And instead of risking another combat here, that was way more work than it should have been to put that box cover back on. I'm going to wrap up for tonight. We got through 2 combats. We got a whole bunch more XP. Let's see, I'm going to place the base on the number that we're at. Kind of gotten into the rhythm of how the combat with 2 characters is working. Absolutely trouncing everybody right now. So that is fun. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was a fun time. I had fun getting this to the table. Now I have a little bit of teardown to get everything put away. But I'm actually pretty pleased. The new camera hasn't powered off. It's always tough to know with the DSLR. I may actually replace the other camera. I have 2 cameras of the same type that I use. It's going to make it easier for me to adjust the lighting, things like that. That's down the line for sure a little bit. But if you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing or giving the video a thumbs up, or if you're watching this after the fact, leaving a comment as well. All those things make the videos show up higher on the YouTube algorithm, and hopefully let more people find the games that I'm playing, and just find this channel and join in on the chatting there. So if you want to know when I go live, watch the videos that I do, join in the conversation in the chat. You can find that all out either by just showing up at my normal streaming times, 9 p.m. on Monday Central Time, or 8 p.m. Central on Wednesdays. The other option is when you subscribe. If you subscribe, click that notification bell. That's going to help, or that's going to notify you whenever I go live. If you enjoy this content as well and want to see other content, non-video, that I do, you can check out nerdologists.com, where I'm writing nerdy articles daily. Or you can check out, if you're interested in Marvel, my Marvel podcast that I do with a friend, 10 Minute Marvel. But with that, one last thank you so much for watching, and bottoms up.